Hey guys, what's going on? So today we are going to talk about this very special hidden file on our web servers that does a lot of work for us. And especially if you're a web developer, you really want to know about this file and how to work with this file. And this file is called the htaccess file. Okay. So what is the htaccess file really? So if you work in a big corporate company or something like that, you must have noticed that they normally have a separate team altogether that works on the server configuration and the networking parts, right? So what they are really doing is they are just configuring how the server opens up or how your website opens up to people, what IP address they go to, and all those things. So with this htaccess file, it actually gives you the power as a web developer to actually configure your server for your website yourself. So you just need to write a set of instructions. This is code that you need to put in, and you can configure the server yourself. I'm not saying after you follow all my tutorials and learn how to program a really nice htaccess file, you can go to the networking guy and say, hey man, I'm taking your job. But yeah, pretty much. Just kidding. Alright, so to explain to you what the htaccess file is and how it really works, I've come up with a small metaphorical example over here. I'll just show that to you guys quickly. So suppose you guys are the owner of a huge company, alright? And in your company you have this multiple departments. So you have the tech department, you have the sales department, the marketing department. So over here, the company being the metaphor for your website, and each department being the metaphor for each folder or the module in your website. Okay, so now within tech you have tech A, tech B, tech C, then you have sales A, sales B, sales C, marketing A, marketing B, marketing C. So these are like the metaphors for each files or the pages of your website. Departments are the folders and each employee is the page. So now suppose, okay, so this guy comes in with the request, and as you can see here, so he wants to get something from tech A who works in the tech department. So this guy has a request for tech A. So he'll just go here and he'll look out for tech A. Oh, there he is. He'll talk to tech A, get whatever he wants, and then he'll go back happy, right? That's cool. That's all cool. So what if he comes again and this time instead of tech A, he wants to meet tech D? Now what? Tech D isn't present, so he'll be like, he'll look for tech D, tech D, tech D, where are you, tech D? And he won't find tech D and he'll go back sad. He'll probably end up crying that night. And that is what you don't want, right? As a website developer, you want to keep everybody happy. That's the whole point of making websites, to keep people happy, right? So now what you do is, so you hire a receptionist, or as I call it, the htaccess file. As you can see here, there she is. She's like, hi, my name is .htaccess. So .htaccess is what we call our htaccess files. Okay. So now let's play the same scenario again. This guy will come and he'll be like, hey man, hey girl, I want to meet tech A from the tech department. And she'll be like, yeah, sure, why not? You can go there. There he is. So he'll go there, take whatever he wants from tech A and go back happy, right? So now you're saying, what's the difference? Even without the receptionist, he actually got whatever he wanted from tech A, right? But what happens in the second scenario? When this guy comes and he's like, hey, I want to meet tech D this time, not tech A, tech D, someone who doesn't exist in your office. And this person, as a receptionist, already knows that tech D doesn't exist. Of course, you as the owner have to tell the receptionist that tech D doesn't exist. So you can tell the receptionist that whenever someone comes asking for tech D, send them to tech Z. Tech D is fired, so send everyone to tech C. So when this guy comes and says, hey, I want to meet tech C, she can be like, okay, go there, go to tech C. Tech C can do whatever tech D could do for you. So he'll go get whatever he wants and go back happy. Boom. That's the whole point of having a receptionist, right? Everyone who comes in, they get solutions for whatever they want. Okay, so I've tried to sum up all the questions or the answers that an htaccess can give. So I've summed them up in these three lines. So whenever someone comes with a request, the htaccess can redirect you. So it can either, you came with a request for tech A, I can either take you to tech A. But there are a few cases where you as the boss have told the htaccess, hey look, I've given tech A a lot of work. So tech A is really busy. No one goes to tech A, no matter what, no one goes to tech A. If anyone comes looking for tech A, send them to sales A, send them to sales B. So as an htaccess file, according to the instructions that you have got from the boss, the htaccess file can take this request who came looking for tech A anywhere, tech to tech C, sales C, marketing A, wherever she wants. Okay. All right. So the second thing an htaccess file can do is ask what's the password. So suppose you as the owner of the company go to this htaccess file and say, hey, look, this girl at tech A, she's the most confidential person of a company. No one gets to meet her without a password. Okay, remember that. So now someone came and he's like, hey, I want to meet Tech A. I have a request for her. So you'll be like, why do you want to meet Tech A? She's like the most confidential person in the company. Why do you want to meet her? Do you have a password? So he'll be like, yes, I have a password. So he'll either give you a right password or a wrong password. There's no third option, right? So based on that, if the password is right, the htaccess file can be like, okay, you can go there. Or if the password is wrong, you can say, okay, you can go out. So as you can see, there's a lot of power that you get as an htaccess file. So with this, there's something really important that you should remember, guys. Really, really important. With great power comes great responsibility. So if you have the power of an htaccess file, use it well. And I'm not even kidding, guys. I'm not even kidding. One mistake in your htaccess file can ruin the whole website. So just be responsible. Alright, so what's next? The third question that an htaccess file can ask is, show me your request documents or parameters. So this is a bit confusing or difficult to explain. I'll try to do my best. So what are parameters? So when this person comes with a request, right? So he has to go and meet Tech A. So this person came with a request. Normally there are situations where this person, along when he's requesting something from Tech A, he has to give some options or parameters to Tech A in order for Tech A to serve them. For example, if consider a website like Amazon. So suppose you want to go and get details about an iPhone. So you go to Amazon and then you give some parameters that, okay, give me some details about an iPhone. So iPhone here is the parameter that you're giving to Amazon. So Amazon will take your parameter and say, okay, you want to know about an iPhone, here's a whole page for an iPhone. If you want to know about a sunscreen, the parameter is a sunscreen, and then Amazon will be like, okay, here's a whole page for sunscreen. So product that you're passing to Amazon is like the parameter. Some different companies have different parameters that they accept. Okay. So now this guy came and he's like, okay, I want to get something from Tech A. Here's my parameter. Suppose he wants to get a page about iPhones. He's like, I want to get a page from Tech A. My parameter is an iPhone. But the boss has told the htaccess no one meets Tech A today. Tech A is really busy. No one meets Tech A. So you'll be like, okay, so I can't take you to Tech A. The boss has told me to take you to Tech C instead. But before I take you there, give me the parameters that you had to give Tech A. So you'll be like, okay, here it is. I wanted to know something about an iPhone. Here's my parameter. That's an iPhone. So the htaccess file will take the parameter and give it to Tech C and say, hey, look, there's this guy coming who wants to know about an iPhone. And then she will tell you, okay, now you can go to Tech C. So now you go to Tech C and Tech C will be like, hey, there you are. You are the person who wants to know about an iPhone, right? Here's your information. And this person goes back happily without even knowing who gave him that information. He came looking for Tech A, but Tech C gave him that information. He's happy. The company is happy. Tech A is doing his job. The owner is happy. htaccess doesn't get his salary because it's a free code that is just uploaded on the web server. So you as the owner are also happy because you save a lot of money. So that's what the htaccess file basically is. All right. So try to remember it this way, that it's like a receptionist that stands in between request and the files on your web server. And you can actually have different htaccess files for different websites. So it's like a building which has many companies and every company have their own receptionist. That's how it is. So if you have one server with many different websites, every website can have their own htaccess file. So every website can be configured in their own personalized way, to say so. So today we are not going to jump very deep into the programming of this file. All you're going to learn is how we can create it, how we can use it, and the most important part in any programming language, that is commenting. It's really important to comment your code, guys. I cannot stretch this enough. Always comment your codes. It's really, really important. Okay, so let's start. So to name an htaccess file, you always start with a full stop or a period, and then you just name it htaccess. This is the name has to be htaccess, and you upload it on your root folder of your website. So wherever your index.html or the index.php or whatever file, whatever your root is, wherever those lie, you have to upload this over there. And remember, it has to be an Apache web server for this file to run. So you cannot run it on your local system unless you have a local host set up or something like that. Or you can directly upload this on a remote server to make it work. So I have already created these two files, as you can see, the htaccess file and the index.html. Today we are only concerned with the htaccess file, and as you can see, I haven't put the full stop at the beginning. That is because I'm on a Mac, and on a Mac you're not allowed to have the full stops before your file names. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all my programming on this file, and when I upload the file to my server, I'm going to upload it, and then I'm going to rename it with a full stop at the beginning. Okay. So we are going to work on this website. So as you can see, this is a proper functioning website of one of the products that I'm working on with my friends. So today we're going to destroy it completely with a htaccess file. And to upload the file, I'm going to use FileZilla. So as you can see, this is the local directory, and this is the server where this website is hosted. So I'm going to upload the file over here. So let's just jump right into the code. Alright, so this is my htaccess file. As you can see, I don't have the full stop. I'm going to upload it and change the name. Alright, so as promised, first thing that I'm going to show is how to comment codes in the htaccess file. So in htaccess file, whenever you want to write a comment, you start with a hash. So whenever a line starts with a hash, the whole line is a comment. So I can write anything over here. Okay. So whatever I write after this hash doesn't get counted, doesn't run. It's not counted as an instruction. I can write literally anything I want. And it's not going to run. Okay. So that's how you comment a set of instructions on an htaccess file. Now that you know that, so try to use the comments whenever your htaccess file gets huge or there are a lot of instructions that you're giving there. You might want to categorize them into different parts and head them with a comment. Just give them a heading with a comment. Okay, so this is what this set of code is doing, this is what this set of code is doing. It just makes things easier for even for you to understand. If you wrote something this year, maybe 5 years down the line you might have to do some changes in it. So when you come back and you see the code, it should be easy to understand, you know. Like writing code that's easy for the computer and to understand is not a big deal. The computer is really smart. Writing code that is easy for you to understand, that's what matters. That's what's really important. So always write beautifully commented codes. Just make it easy for you as a human being, or your team members as human beings should be able to read. Alright, so now let's just do something interesting over here. As I told you, I'll just show you the power of a htaccess website, an htaccess file, sorry. Okay, so as you can see, all I've done is I just told the htaccess file that whenever someone comes in looking for the index.html, take them to google.com. That's it. And you can see it's really simple to code, it's really simple to write. So now all we have to do is I'll just go to the server, I'll upload this file to my server, and I'll have to rename it because an htaccess file has to start with a period. That's it. So now I have a .htaccess file on my server. So now I can go to the website that we are working on, and I'll just refresh this, and there you go, it opened google.com. As simple as that. So now if I try to open my website, it brings me to Google automatically. So how was that? How was that for your first class? Looked pretty much awesome to me. Like when I learned about it, it was mind-blowing that I'm not writing any JavaScript code or anything in my index.html or anywhere, and there's so much that this file can actually do. So there's a lot of more things that this file can do. We're going to learn about it in the coming tutorials. So stay tuned. Catch you there. See ya, guys.